America's first combat jet, considered a symbol of its air superiority, was destroyed at the hands of the enemy. This wasn't just an accident. It was a moment that opened the eyes of world powers. But who was that enemy? Was it a North Korean soldier or a representative of some secret global power? In today's video, we'll uncover a stunning truth. This was no ordinary incident. It was a moment in military history that shook global power centers. For the first time, America had suffered defeat in the skies, and behind it was an enemy. With no name. Today, we take you back into the shadows of history, where power, strategy, and politics were locked in a fierce tangle. It wasn't just a jet that crashed. It was an ego that came crashing down. Only a few years had passed since the end of World War II, but a new global conflict had already begun taking shape: the Cold War. On one side stood the capitalist world led by America, and on the other, the Soviet Union flying the banner of communism. And the first battlefield of this Cold War became Korea, a small country caught in the crossfire of ideological division. Korea was now split into two parts, North and South. North Korea had the full support of the Soviet Union and the rising communist China. Meanwhile, South Korea was backed by the United States and the United Nations. In June 1950, North Korea suddenly attacked South Korea, and within days, a localized regional conflict stood on the brink of a world war. To America, this wasn't just about geography. It was a war of ideologies, and it decided to strike back with full force. America didn't just send troops. It unleashed its air power. Cutting-edge fighter jets like the F-80 bomber aircraft and veteran pilots all entered the battlefield. For the first time, a global superpower was using its air force with such intensity. Bullets rained down on the ground, but in the skies, it was the thunder of jet engines, as if the heavens themselves were under attack. This was no longer just a regional conflict. It had become a proxy battlefield for world powers, where every bullet, every strike, every dogfight had only one goal: to crush the enemy's ideology. And it's from here that the chapter begins, the one that leads to the destruction of an American jet. A chapter that, to this day, stirs shock and suspense in military history. The F-80 Shooting Star was America's first fully operational fighter jet, developed by Lockheed. It could fly at speeds of 600 miles per hour. At the time, it was considered one of the best jets in the world. America had complete faith in this aircraft. It was a symbol of post-WWIR technology. American pilots flew it in mission after mission with great success. It had become their pride. But they didn't realize that on the other side, a new threat was rising, a silent power that would not only challenge this jet, but would bring it crashing to the ground. A new sound echoed across the skies of North Korea, the sound of the MiG-15, the Soviet Union's most advanced fighter jet, faster, stronger, deadlier than the F-80. The arrival of the MiG-15